Singapore is not returning to a pre-COVID-19 world and must chart a new path now. That's the message from Trade and Industry Minister Chun speaking in blunt terms this morning after the release of GDP figures. In the second quarter, the economy shrank a record 13.2% on a year-on-year basis and record 42.9% from the previous 3 months.
For the full year, GDP is forecast to be between -5% to -7% compared to the previous range of -4% to -7%. Mr. Chan said that means the growth generated over the past 2 to 3 years will be negated. He added that in the coming months, retrenchments will increase and some businesses will be forced to close.
I know that some are still hoping for a quick recovery and a return to the familiarity of the old normal. The painful truth is this: we are not returning to a pre-COVID-19 world. Recovery will still be some time yet, and the recovery is not likely to be smooth. We have to start now to build a new economy and to create more and better job opportunities for our people. We cannot wait for COVID-19 to blow over.
On the jobs front, the government has been stepping up efforts to help employers and job seekers. Manpower Minister Josephine Teo said that 92,000 opportunities comprising traineeships and attachments have been committed and made available as of end July.
7 in 10 of those positions are PMET roles. The figures are part of a new weekly jobs situation report. In spite of the softer labour market, there are pockets of hiring, and Mrs. Teo said job seekers should not be discouraged.
Now, we do recognize that it takes a lot of effort for everyone to bounce back, but that is what we must do in this time. Be very resilient and know that we don't walk this journey alone. There will be career coaches, career ambassadors to support you along the way, and many government schemes backing you, giving support to the employers to consider you.
CIMB economist Song Seng Wun joins us now. Now, Seng Wun, Trade and Industry Minister Chun talked about the need to build a new economy given that Singapore won't return to pre-COVID-19 times. How would the vision of a new economy be made possible?
I think it is still really work in progress. As we learn more about the coronavirus, I think we are adapting strategy as well. Much really will depend ultimately on how free a movement we're going to get from goods and services travel, cross-border travel, travel restriction remains in place for how long, and even something as simple. I'm still working from home as well as the office. We take turn. Going forward, the new normal, a new economy, is it a case of combining the two, or will we continue to see, far less people in the CBD area while we decentralize? And how are we using technology in helping, whether it is a delivery of a service or production of a good? So all these things are essentially how we are coping with the challenges today. Those challenges might still remain.
Seng Wun, last week, the ASEAN +3 Macroeconomic Research Office forecast that Singapore's GDP will expand by 7% next year in 2021. But where is the growth going to come from?
In the broader sense, almost all industries will see a big recovery. But there will be some that continue to be, I would say, going to be facing significant headwinds. Aviation, transport engineering, as I say, if people are still not going to be allowed or feel confident or confident enough to travel around, you and I still sitting in the studio at home, or rather being able to jump on the plane and go for a long weekend, etc. in Bangkok. If that's not going to happen anytime soon, it still means that their activities are going to be pulled back. Now, back to that 7%. Statistics are very interesting. Let's take that 7%. This year, let's say for our official forecast now is contraction of between 5 to 7%. Let's take 7%. When it dropped from 5% and we recover 7% next year, we are not back to that original level. Let's take, if you happen to earn yesterday $100, today you're 7% down. That's $93. Now, tomorrow you're going to earn 7% more. 93 of the 7%, just bring you back to 99.5. You say, hey, not bad, wow, still almost there. But in terms of the broader economy, more people are joining the labor force. Kids, graduates will be joining the labor force. So not enough money in that sense to split among more people, say. So salary, wage expectation may be cut. So this is where the challenges remains going forward in that bad 1 year, good next year doesn't bring you back to where you have fallen from.
Right. So in the meantime, Seng Wun, how can the average person weather this recession?
In the case of a recession, a deep one as it is, there will be businesses and household that comes under pressure, and unemployment rate will come through. How, I suppose, the economy will generate job very much depends on how the public sector, private sector, I would say, work together to kind of create jobs in this environment. New technology, yes, but not everybody will be able to head down that road. A lot of, I think, the emphasis has to be on sometimes the individual themselves to take on the challenge of changing, adapting, to do something else, pay cuts, etc., to be able to perhaps move into a new area by taking that first baby steps towards a change.
Right. Well, thank you, Seng Wun, for your time and your insights. We've been speaking to Song Seng Wun, economist at CIMB Private Banking.